until now, we've had a difference of phases of religion now that we know as Hinduism. So we've had like an ancient Hinduism where we followed like really barbaric things, and then we had a Vedic Hinduism. Now we have this Hinduism where we follow deities. But what do you think might be the future of Hinduism that might go on from now? Looking at circumstances and situations imposed upon us right now.
Okay, you see, the question, if I can rephrase it, is simply saying, what is the future direction of Hinduism? Okay, we started with almost animalistic, barbaric, saying, okay, sacrifice animals, sacrifice human beings to, appease greater forces. We start in a very crude way. In the initial stages, even the Vedic scripture was saying, fear God. So we are kind of frightened of this idea of great deity in the sky. And then we evolved, become much more kind of human, focusing on humanity and the ideas of Atman and Brahman through experiential religion, not through, through intellectual gymnastics, but through first an encounter, like Kapil. We discovered there's more to us than meets the eye. This idea of the spirit as the underpinning to this reality dawned on Hinduism, become mature Hinduism. And still the idea is so abstract that we had to personify this idea to all these colorful gods and goddesses. We are not apologizing for it, and I'm not here to undermine them. If that appeals to you, that's your way. This is pluralism. So we focused on these personalities that we get caught up with, and they kind of present the idea of the spirit, idea of Atman Brahman, in much more engaging manner. So we also live with that. But times are changing very fast. We've got this challenge from science and from rationality, which will not tolerate this idea of fixation on deities, fixation on gods and goddesses in heaven. That is why monotheism is struggling, is shaking, because monotheist God cannot be defended with rationality. They will challenge him. That's why Richard Dawkins wins, and God Delusion is the popular book in the schools, not God. God Delusion is the most popular thing youngsters are reading today. So this idea of a monotheist God is under severe challenge. And Hinduism also has monotheism as well. So there you are, it's under shuddering. So what is the future? The future is in a way very close to humanism, but different kind of humanism. Not just focusing on humanity, seeing God not in the sky but in human beings, but also recognizing a deeper invisible reality that, of course, when it's invisible, so how can I believe in it? And yet that is the foundation to this reality. This world that we are so sure about, material, yes, solid. Underpinning it is something very dynamic, very exciting. And that is, again, you can say, oh, well, it's nice to hear in quantum physics you say that, but so what? In reality, you have to touch base with it, because that is your essential nature. And when you touch base with it, a different vision of religion becomes visible. And this came about with my mentor, Swami Vivekananda, in a big way, dramatic way. And I classify it and I promote it everywhere as spiritual humanism. You are not a lump of matter. Humanity is very important. But not because it's a lump of matter that got wound up through accident of evolution. It is because something non-material is showing itself, stirring up and looking up through these eyes, the spirit. Spiritual humanism, I'm insisting, is going to be the future of Hinduism. So not serving a god in the temple, but serving a god in humanity is going to be the future of Hinduism.